What you can do is go to the local health store and buy homeopathic remedies. Now, homeopathy is fantastic. If you can sit down with a qualified homeopath who can go through your condition, go through what sort of a person you are, go through how you live, how you feel, how you think, and they can find the exact remedy for your sinusitis. Then they can give you the pills, you can go home, and these homeopathic remedies, if you can get the right homeopath who can spend the time with you and go through, find out your constitution, find out what's best for you. There are many, many, many thousands and thousands of homeopathic remedies, and unless you get the right one, it doesn't work. When you do get the right one, it does work. But as I say, you have to find a homeopath. It takes a lot of time. It costs money, which is fair enough. But homeopathy is, if you can find a good qualified homeopath who's good at it, and you can find the right remedy, then that's worth doing, and then you can just take these pills and it'll get rid of your sinusitis. But and other forms of home remedies are tonics. You know, some people recommend boosting the body up by making fruit juices and vegetable juices and vitamins. And this stuff is all fantastic. It will contribute to your health and make you feel better. But in terms of killing off the yeast, the bacteria, the molds, the fungus that's breeding inside your head, they don't work. Now, I suffered from sinusitis for years, and that was even whilst I was practicing. I was helping people using herbs and plant extracts for years, but I couldn't find any herbs that actually did get rid of sinusitis. I know people recommend echinacea. It's a fantastic herb for boosting the immune system. And it did boost the immune system, but it wasn't targeted enough to kill off the offending parasite inside the head, which would mean people feel miserable for months. They can take herbs like echinacea but still not feel better. There's golden seal. There was loads of herbs that I tried. And I tried it with my clients. And they might have felt a bit better. But we couldn't get rid of the sinusitis for good. Well, that's what prompted my research. My own suffering and the suffering of my clients. Now, we explored many, many different avenues. But we eventually, and the story of how we found these 3 plant extracts is told on this website. We found 3 plant extracts and a way of delivering these plant extracts into the sinuses, and the sinuses only, and it killed off the fungus, yeast, mold, bacteria, boom, like that. It killed it off. And it didn't go down into the rest of the system. So it's a treatment that you can use at home, your kitchen table, sit down, use the remedy. It takes about 5 minutes. Use it 3 times a day, and you've got rid of your sinusitis. And here's the important thing. You use it once a week to stop it coming back. Now, there may come a time when you don't need to use it. Once your immune system, once your health, your general sense of well-being, once you've got that back, you'll not need to use the remedy. But you've only got sinusitis because your immune system's tired or weakened for some reason. So you've got to allow that to get better. Many people come in and say, I've got sinusitis. And I know there's nothing actually wrong with the sinuses. Nothing. There's nothing. If you've got sinusitis, there's nothing. The chances are there's nothing wrong with your sinuses. Sinusitis is a symptom of an exhausted immune system. And your immune system can build back its own strength. Just plenty of water, eat some fresh vegetables, keep the body moving. I'm not saying go to the gym or go for a 10-mile walk every day. I mean, just you know what you need. Get a bit of fresh air. and your body will get better. But if you've got parasites breeding in here, you've got to kill them off. And don't use antibiotics, because that will damage the whole of your system, weakening your immune system even more, which makes the problem worse. So the home treatment for sinusitis that I'm recommending to you are these plant extracts. 3 simple plant extracts. You only need to use tiny amounts. You'll get instant results in that you'll feel better. But remember what I said, it's not about feeling better in the short term. You want to feel better in the long term. These things will make you feel better in the short term, but they won't damage your immune system. They'll allow your immune system to get better. The sinusitis will just go away. Sometimes 2 days, it's gone. Sometimes a little bit longer. But when it has gone, just to be on the safe side, bearing in mind that you're breathing in fungus, bacteria, yeast and molds, you're breathing them in all day long. Even when you're in bed at night, the air is just full of fungus. It's just life, that's the way it is. Use this remedy maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, breathe it in, and the remedy deposits very minuscule amounts of plant extracts inside your sinuses, and it's impossible for the fungus, yeast, mold, bacteria to breed. And it allows your immune system to just get on with it and looking after you. And that's what it's good at. It just needs a helping hand now. Your immune system needs a helping hand. This home remedy is available on this website. And just have a good look around, see what you think. It does work. We know it works. That's why we give a guarantee that it will work, or you could have your money back. And we also explore lots of other avenues about sinusitis and sinus infection on this website. So have a good look round at all the videos. Thanks very much. My name's Joe Johnson, and I've been researching into alternative health and health treatment for over 20 years, in particular the use of plant extracts and herbs for treating various health conditions. In particular, I want to talk to you today, I'm in my consulting room, and I want to talk to you today about the various sinusitis treatments that you can use at home. If you're suffering from sinusitis, which is the inflammation of the sinus cavities, the infection of the sinus cavities, usually with fungus, yeasts and molds and bacteria, then there's quite a bit that you can do, and I've explored most of them. One of the most common forms of home treatment for sinusitis is a neti pot. And basically it's like a little pot. You put a fluid in it, normally a saline solution or a salt water, and you pour it into your sinuses, up your nostril, and you flush out, or you hopefully flush out, the offending fungus. Now in the short term, you will feel better. It's a bit uncomfortable using a neti pot. It's a bit uncomfortable. But once the fluid has passed through your nostrils and through the sinus cavities, you will feel better in the short term. Like everything in life, it's got its swings, it swings and roundabouts, it's got its pros and cons. Personally, I don't like using or recommending a neti pot, and this is why. If I've got a fungal infection or some kind of a bacterial infection in this sinus here, so I tip my head back and I squeeze in, using a neti pot, I squeeze in a salt solution to flush it out. So the congestion, the mucus, and hopefully some of the fungus will pour out, and it does. But what it also does is, once the fluid goes in there, I can't control where it's going. So the fungus that was here then starts to flush around all the other sinuses, and some of the fungal spores will settle in the other sinuses. And I've seen it where people have used a neti pot, they flush it and they end up with a complete blocked, congested set of infected sinuses because they've spread it around. I mean, it makes sense. For instance, if the dog poops on your carpet, you can pick it up and throw it out, or you can try washing it out with a hose pipe. You'll spread the dog poop all over the carpet. And it's the same. You're just spreading it around. So I wouldn't recommend using a neti pot. Some people recommend using cider vinegar, swallowing cider vinegar. And actually, cider vinegar is a fantastic supplement to your health. So whether you've got sinusitis or not, I'd recommend you use cider vinegar on a daily basis. Just get 1 teaspoon, put it in a large glass of water. You must put it in water because it'll be a shock to the digestion otherwise. Just drink it. It boosts up your immune system. It's fantastic for that. But what it's not strong enough to do is to kill off the bacteria in your sinuses. It would be okay if you had no symptoms. You had a slight sinus infection, but it wasn't bothering you. Then take cider vinegar, and over a period of months, as your immune system gets stronger and stronger, your immune system will get rid of the sinusitis on its own. But for most people, they only know they've got sinusitis when they're in pain. When there's a lot of pains here, when the congestion and the sinus pressure is getting to them, when their ears are getting blocked with mucus, their eyes are getting all itchy and scratchy, and the breath absolutely stinks because of all this trapped mess inside the head. When you're in that condition, taking cider vinegar and waiting a few months doesn't work. Some of the other treatments, home treatments for sinusitis, are what I call decongestants. Maybe eucalyptus or peppermint. And people will get these plant extracts, put them in boiling water and inhale them. And what they have the effect of doing is making you feel better instantly, or almost instantly, because it opens up the airways. You can breathe. You think, thank God for that, I can breathe. It's worked. But it hasn't. It's just opened up the airways. The problem is the fungus, yeast and mould that's growing in your sinuses. The bacteria, which is just sat at home inside your warm, moist, food-rich cavities inside your head. Unless you can kill them off, the sinusitis will continue. And decongestions don't work. They make you feel better to breathe, but it doesn't address the problem.